The people of Toronto feel let down and disappointed the previous mayor's conduct. I share the same feeling. As leader and a holder of higher office, we do have a responsibility to have a higher code of conduct. And I want to thank the Integrity Commissioner for his work.
Mayor Chow, residents in Leslieville say they're denouncing the violence and drug use around the safe injection site on Queen Street, and many of them have stepped down of a committee that was put in place to look at the situation. They say nothing is being done to address the situation. What can the city do, and what will the city do to address their concerns?
The local councillors, Paula Fletcher, have been working very closely with the Leslieville Residents Association and with the clinic there. The clinic has this independent board of directors. It is funded by the provincial government with some support, and I believe they are beginning to make some changes. I can't comment on the details because the independent board and the funding is from the provincial government.
So the city, what can the city do?
I believe the city has been working very closely with both the director and the staff board of the clinic and with police officers in the local division to make sure that people are safe and they feel safe in that area.
If we could get back to the Integrity Commissioner's report, it also stated that former Mayor Tory exercised improper influence when it comes to the FIFA World Cup bid. What do you have to say to that?
Mm-hmm. It's important that any agreement and bids, a signature, any dealings that we have in the City of Toronto must be done in a transparent and accountable manner. This item will be debated at Council coming week. I will be working with councillors and to make sure that every dollar being spent, every taxpayer dollar spent on the FIFA bid will have its value.
Do you agree with the Integrity Commissioner's recommendation that no penalty be allotted to former Mayor Tory as a result of this?
I agree with the Integrity Commissioner's finding. He also recommended several other things, that the code of conduct in terms of performance, human resources, policies, all of that needs to be abided by not just city staff, but all members of council, including the mayor. And this would include not just the city, but all agencies, board, and commissions. He also asked us to ask the city, the provincial government, to plug this loophole, because right now this code of conduct does not cover members of council. So I will support that recommendation as given by the Integrity Commissioner.
Madam Mayor, can I ask you about the report, and then I have a follow-up that's unrelated. You spent a lot of time in politics, a long time. Do you think that there's too much attention placed on a politician's personal life, or do you think it's something that needs to be held to a higher standard and it kind of comes?
I believe that as a holder of public office, we are, whether it's mayor, councillors, members of parliament, we hold to a higher standard, and we need to lead by example.
And my follow-up has to do with a report that there's a large group of refugees, the reports are saying, out front of the Peter Street shelter. What are your thoughts on that?
I was in communication last night with volunteers that are assisting the refugees that were pushed out of the Dominion Church, and they're actively seeking for space to house those refugees and also the people that are outside Peter Street. Because all our shelters are full. Half of the people coming to us every day that we turned away are refugees. And the number, we are now housing close to 5,000 refugees, and we have no homes for them. I apologize for that. The city have done everything it can. We've opened up extra shelters. We have found extra dollars to support the churches, make sure they don't go bankrupt, make sure there's food, make sure that the people, the Good Samaritan, do not go personally bankrupt themselves. We have worked with the provincial government to get housing benefits, supporting hundreds of people in the shelters into permanent housing, so there are room in the shelter. But because the numbers of refugees keep increasing, we need both the provincial and the federal government to step in. I went to Parliament Hill last week. We've met with the Minister of Immigration, Mark Miller, twice, and described the desperate situation that's happening, not just in the city of Toronto, but GTA, every municipalities in and around the Pearson International Airport. I just hope that they do step up soon.
Mayor Chow, I have a question about Line 2. Are you concerned about the project going forward? Because TTC says we need $1.6 billion for 80 new cars, and all discussions between TTC, the province, and the federal government.
I am extremely concerned about the lifespan of the Bloor subway car. It is getting very old, and it takes a while for us to buy new ones and for new ones to be constructed. In July, the City of Toronto was about to go and say, let's buy new ones, but we couldn't because we did not have commitment with the provincial and the federal government. It's an active file. It's one of the items I put on the agenda when I met with Premier Ford. He heard all about it. I will also express my concern to the new Minister of Transport Provincial. And I also raised the same issue with Minister of Infrastructure, Mr. Sean Fraser, and the Minister of Finance. This is the federal government. So whoever are listening in the provincial and the federal government, give us a hand. We have 1/3 of the funding ready now. We need that funds immediately, a commitment of it. We need to go to tender so that we can buy those Bloor subway lines. Subway cars. We cannot wait. Thank you.
There's a beautiful statue of Terry Fox right in back of us. Mr. Ryan, City News, and CBC.
Let me just turn and show it, huh?
I'm showing it for sure.
Okay.
They keep wanting to talk about John Tory. I'm going to ask the tough question here, Ms. Chow. Is there any truth that a city staffer is now pregnant due to Mr. Tory shenanigans?
I don't know. I have no idea. Sorry to not be able to answer that tough question, as you said.
Thank you.
Okay,
thanks,
Thank you.
All right, that is the latest from Toronto's Mayor Olivia Chow commenting on Toronto's Integrity Commissioner finding that former Mayor John Tory violated the city's code of conduct by engaging in a personal relationship with a staffer. Mayor Chow says as elected officials, she knows that they are held to a higher standard, and she says she agrees with the Integrity Commissioner's findings, thanked him for his work, and also says she will work with council to make sure every dollar being spent at the FIFA bid will have value.